me, and then we left it at that. So he a real important dude. He also got clothing stores in Hollywood, on Melrose and Fairfax. Y'all through there, check it out. He keeps some fly shit. He a stand up dude. So some real dudes. He waiting for AD to pull up, but it's a couple questions. People been coming in this room attacking at him, as y'all been hearing me defending him. So I just felt like my bro need to speak his piece, on a platform that he gonna be respected on, and he can have some control of. So we'll let Adam spark it off, introduce himself, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, so I had a lot of people ask me to do Clubhouse. I always avoided it because I feel like this is kind of like what I do for a job. Like, for instance, today I interviewed a rapper, I interviewed a kid who's a basketball YouTuber from Toronto, then I interviewed a porn star, and so this does feel like kind of just an extension of my work day. But I respect the fuck out of Wack, and I appreciated hearing him kind of defend me or go up for me the other day on here. But I also feel like I don't got nothing to hide, so I'm not running from nothing. I'm happy to have a conversation, and if Wax in here politicking and having conversations, then I'm happy to join.
Nah, we appreciate you coming in, Adam 22. This is CEO Reek Sneak. I'm the one that hosts and narrates the rooms.
Word.
Um, so if we're still, we got everyone here, or we still waiting for the
Now
third one
go
person?
ahead. AD catch up with us. Alec will hold his
Or,
own, and then Trail here. Shit, I'm here. So shit, me and AD.
okay, so first off, the first thing we want to, kind of, find out, man, without going actually reading them. We seen, I'm gonna just give you the premise. Somebody brought your name up,
Right.
and a whole bunch of Twitters came up with a whole bunch of shit. It was crazy. We try to fathom and come with a billion different reasons of what the hell was going on. Maybe his phone got hacked. Maybe he was trolling. White dudes, they got a different type of sense of humor. Maybe he was just fucking around. We didn't know what was going on. So if you can let us know, in 2010, who were you working for, and where were you at?
So, number one thing about me is that I never worked for anybody pretty much since I was in high school. I always just had my own business. Uh, 2006, I started a BMX website, and that just basically became my whole life, my whole job, whatever. So, I spent pretty much like the next 10 years just going out riding bikes and working on this website that eventually sort of blossomed into a YouTube channel. And I started doing podcasts all within the BMX bike world just because that's really like my two main interests growing up were just always rap and then BMX riding, and like they were always like kind of one and the same to me just because like we would be out riding bikes every day talking about rappers and listening to rap, whatever. And that was just always one of my things. I never really thought that I would have anything to offer in terms of doing like hip hop content and making videos about rappers and shit like that. But I was like an expert when it came to bike riding. So I was like focused on that. And then over time, just kind of gradually like got a shot doing rap stuff just from meeting rappers here and there, started doing interviews. And that was pretty much the seed of everything that you see me doing now. And in terms of those tweets, like
2006, right? 2006.
2006 was when I started the website. Yeah, so
How old were you at the
I guess I
time?
would have been. I graduated high school in 2002, so I would have been 22 at that time, I guess.
Okay.
And in terms of those tweets, it was, I really have like even people who weren't on Twitter or weren't on social media at that time. I'm sure you've heard a million times about how Twitter used to be so crazy and the humor was like really ratchet and just ridiculous. And you've had so many different times where you've seen people who are famous or in Hollywood or whatever, where some tweet from usually around 2010 comes up and it looks crazy as fuck. And
Hell yeah.
admittedly, a lot of those tweets look crazy as fuck, but a lot of them were literally just like the most offensive things that we were joking around about at the time, or like the craziest shit possible. Like really, at the time, I probably had like 500 followers um, at that time because Twitter was like brand new then. So anything in any of those tweets, I mean, I'm totally fine with responding to any of them, but I could give you examples off the top of my head, like Wack said, like Wack texted me, he goes, "Why'd you tweet let's fuck the kids. And I sent him a fucking clip from a comedy back then called Eastbound and Down that I don't know, like probably not a lot of you guys seen it, but it was really huge at the time. And that was just a line from that show. And, you know, it seemed funny at the time. And at the time, I didn't really feel like, you know, the whole idea of getting canceled off of like your tweets or even like anybody giving a fuck about anything that you said online was like completely foreign, you know? So like all that shit was really just jokes. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, you know, like that shit was so offensive. That should have never been a joke, whatever. But I mean, pretty much all of it's like completely missing context. It's just not, you know, I have apologized for it in the past, but I also really don't feel like I have to apologize since, you know, that was shit that was just funny to us at the time. I can understand how it looks crazy out of context now, but really, I mean, that was just us being fucking
Here,
drunk ass white boys laughing at some shit on
look,
Twitter
let,
back in
let
the
me give
day.
you an example. Let me give you an
Let's go.
example, bro. You
Do
got
it.
one that says, "As attracted as I am to Jennifer Aniston and 10-year-old girls." Come on. This was February 26, 2010.
I'm gonna
I
try
don't
to.
see the humor in it.
What was it? 10-year-olds or I've googled this before.
I'll read it again. As attracted as I am to Jennifer Aniston and 10-year-old girls. Come on.
Yeah, I feel like there was some story that was in the media at the time, something about Jennifer Aniston and like a 10-year-old girl or something. I can't remember what it was at all, but it was like a reference to something that was in the media at that time. And that's an unfortunate one because I can't even fucking remember what the fuck the joke was about. But yeah, you know, it was all just some joke shit at the time. Obviously, like at that time, you know, I might have only had like 1,000 people following me, but it's like if that actually was as offensive and if it seemed that crazy out of context, then I'm sure it would have been a big thing then too. It was just I don't know. I can't even remember what the joke was, but it was something that was in the news at that time. Honestly,
Okay. I'll read you another one. T Rose, are you there, T Rose?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read another one because you had the actual file. I'm going through my screenshots right now.
All right, give me 1 second. My bad. I gotta pull it back up.
Yeah, because the 10-year-old girl thing, a lot of the jokes was revolved around young little girls. And and the order of it, from the dates, it's strange. It's like there's a period of time where a lot of your jokes was revolving children, and
yeah,
and,
I
and
mean, I
and
feel
that's
like
where
that was
the
probably the period of time where we felt like we could joke about whatever we wanted on Twitter without people getting mad about it. And then over time, it just became more and more of an obvious thing where it's like, oh, this shit actually could be seen out of context and taken a certain way, you know?
yeah.
Okay, Rick,
I
I
mean,
got
like,
I got
Yeah.
two of them.
I guess I'll just state the obvious, which is that I've never done anything with someone who was underage. I've never, I have a daughter now. I have a fiance that I've been with for 5 years. I've never had any kind of, issues. Nobody ever accused me of doing nothing like that. So yeah,
Well.
I mean,
I did find something of two women accusing you of something, but I'll get to that
right, but
after. I'll just.
that was grown women saying that. So that's what I'm saying specifically. Like that wasn't. It's not like anyone's ever said that I did something with a 10-year-old girl or something. It's just,
Oh
that
yeah,
shit was jokes
nothing with
that
any
seemed
children.
crazy out of context. Honestly.
Yeah. All right, T Rose, go ahead. Read those two, T
All
Rose.
right, yeah. So these two is the one that kind of got me. This one says, "quote Getting raped is just part of growing up."
Was that in quotes?
That's in quote. I sent all these to Wack, and that's number 17.
Yeah, see, I mean, when I see the quotes around it, that makes me realize that I was quoting somebody else. Even at the time, I wanted to make it very clear that that was something that somebody else said and not something that I was saying. Now, I wish I could remember exactly who said it and I could explain the whole context of who we were poking fun at or who said that or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if it was in quotes, then that makes it even easier for me to just say, hey, that wasn't something that I was saying or a message that I wanted to put out there into the world. It was probably just us laughing at somebody else who said that.
Okay, and this one right here is just a tweet that you sent out. So you're saying you wouldn't suck 11-year-old's dick?
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean that again. It's like I remember somebody saying that to a girl that we brought home from the bar, and I don't remember why, but I just remember that like it was just some fucking conversation where somebody said that to a girl. They said, "So you're saying you wouldn't suck an 11-year-old's dick?" And it just seemed funny as fuck in the moment. But I mean, it was a joke. It wasn't like the girl actually was saying she sucked an 11-year-old's dick. It was just somebody kind of poking fun at somebody else who, or I don't know, they were giving a girl a hard time or whatever. Like I don't even remember the context of it, honestly.
Well, a lot of these they go back from '09 and 2010, and even not knowing the context of it, here's another one. I would rather bang a 15-year-old in the ass than be president. I would rather bang a 15-year-old in the ass than win the lottery.
Yeah, well, that's
Uh,
in quotes, right?
yeah, it's in quotes.
Right. So it's like somebody else had said that,
You
and we
said
all
it.
were like, we thought it was so crazy that they had said that. Like, obviously, the person who said it wasn't like saying it in a literal manner either. But yeah, that was just like something that somebody said. And at the time, I
But
remember like a
when he
That
big thing
one,
for,
retweeted,
sorry, it's not
well,
it's not a retweet, it's a direct tweet.
Hold on,
no,
Phoenix.
but
Hold
it's
on,
it's
Phoenix.
in
Just
quotes. Like there's
let
a
Reed go.
quotation mark before and after the sentence, right?
I
yeah,
don't.
it is quotations.
Right. I mean that was I remember like a big thing for us at that time, and it feels crazy having to explain this all these years later, but a big thing for us was like we all had the notifications on for our phone. So we would all be like at the bar, we would all be hanging out or whatever, and somebody would say something crazy, and then somebody would tweet it immediately because all of our phones would buzz at the same exact time. And I just remember that like that was a big thing for us at the time, was just saying the like putting shit in quotes, just saying the most offensive shit, whatever. So
You think that's
yeah, I know it
appropriate?
looks crazy, but it's also like I really hope nobody actually thinks that these are like real things. That, like
So,
I don't know, like I have to imagine that you guys don't even think that that's something that I actually said seriously, right?
Hey, Rick, hold on one
We don't.
second. I
We,
don't. Hey, my bad. Hold on one second. Hey, everybody that's on stage, we brought y'all on stage to vibe with us. For now, so right now we just talking to Adam. So if CEO talking or Adam is talking or I'm talking, if y'all could just stay muted for a minute, you know what I'm saying, so we can get through this, then we greatly appreciate it. Hey Rick, I just have one tweet that I just want to say. I just want to ask him. It wasn't during bar hours or nothing like that. Um. It simply just says, "Let's fuck kids," and this was at 3:30 in the afternoon.
That's the
No
one I
quote
already
marks.
explained. If you go to YouTube and you search "Let's fuck the kids," it'll come up right away. It's like there's a line from a comedy that we thought was really funny at the time. So I mean, you could watch like a 2-minute clip and understand the joke, but it's from this famous TV show that nobody really remembers anymore, apparently.
okay. You have one. No quotations, right? It says, "I would, I would almost rather sexually harass than have sex."
Right. Yeah, that was a joke. I part of that joke I remember was a reference to there's this